everybody, it's me, Karazina Cheetah, back with more Redrum or Murder, a Dead Diary. Yes, more hidden objects. Rose's new message got through. Another puzzle delivered on the wing, and I know how to solve it. Now I'm truly able to say, a little birdie told me so. Actually, I think I just read this. Edgar Allan Poe. I already read this. Alright. Okay. Wow. Alright. Everything is great here. Let's see. Now I need to find things. Okay, this is one of the things that I have a problem with the hidden object games. One, the objects don't mean shit. Two, like necklace. Real descriptive. Is it gold? Is it silver? Is it of something in particular? I don't know. It doesn't tell me. Alright, where is it? See what I mean? See what I mean? Look at that. How? It didn't even say blue necklace? Like, you know, that's just, Daily Dread, till death do us print. The Daily Dread regrets to inform our readers of a terrible tragedy and asks all readers still in possession of our last publication to please mail it to the police, as it may contain physical evidence to a crime. Police Detective Ravenswood explains, I'll cut to the chase, the last issue was printed in blood. Mr. Smear ran his wife through the press and collected the pulp for his new ink called Bliss. He was having an affair with a fake psychic. When his wife found out, they plotted this to dispose of her. When asked how he cracked the case, the detective smirked. A little birdie told me. Alright then. Dead Diary. Mommy and Daddy will be so happy! I solved another puzzle with Uncle and stopped a bad person who was trying to trick Mommy. Now they will know how good I am at solving puzzles, and I can finally go home! I thought my friend Mrs. Smear would smile when she heard the good news, but she closed her eyes and looked to the floor. She said she was very happy about what I had done for her, but she said Mommy and Daddy are playing their own game, and if either one of them finally wins, then everybody else really loses in the end. Wow, now that's a puzzle. She asked me to please remember her and how nobody wins unless everybody has something to smile about. She was the saddest happy person I have ever met, so I'll try to draw the best part of her smile. Aww. Daily Dread, hybrid innovator dies. Tragedy struck an innovator of alternative energy sources among ever-climbing fuel costs. The economic cost may never be known, but the human toll was devastating. Why did this have to happen? Cried Mrs. Powers, widow to the top physicist. Yeah. Physicist? Yeah. Of course I get physicist right, but automotive? Oh, no, that's a toughie. Automotive nuclear fusion. He was just too good, she added. His work finally took on a life of its own. Mr. Powers, now Mrs. Powers isn't a ghost talking to the newspaper. Mr. Powers was killed while test driving the second prototype of his newest engine when it accelerated dramatically and could not be stopped, eventually colliding into his first prototype. Whew. Alright then. Oh, well, that's not great. Nutcracker! Sorry, I like nutcrackers. Most of this I'm just doing by random clicking, so. Now I understand my place on this earth. That or I'm a certifiable basket case. None of my pride or professional training can match the intuition of my innocent niece. I have the honor of a connection to Rose that few could understand. With humility, I feel a new sense of responsibility. That was a weird pause, okay? Of responsibility both to the victims of these crimes and to the girl who brings their peace. Let me reaffirm my commitment here. An oath to Rose and a pledge to the fallen. Tonight I sleep with an open mind for whatever dreams may come. Okay. Oh boy. Oh, well that's not great. Rose visits the dream of her detective uncle, revealing an image from her mind. Help guide him to the clues. Collect the fingerprints! Great. Oh god, I have 3 left. Got it! Dead diary. Sometimes I think nobody loves me anymore. I haven't seen mommy or daddy for so long, and uncle won't visit me anymore either. I don't like Dr. Fraud, but he's the only one who will stay with me. Brake lines cut, brake lines cut, brake lines cut everywhere. Today I made a new friend again. Mr. Powers builds special machines, but he says sometimes the simple ones make the most difference. He wants to play a new game with me, but I said I was afraid he will go away as soon as we're done. He looked very sad and said it was hard to explain, but it's true. If I help him play this game, it will make him very happy, but yes, he will still go away in the end. But I still want to help. I will play. Brake lines cut, etc., etc., etc. Okay! I really do like the imagery in this game, just if it wasn't a hidden object game. Oh! Got it. Alright. Is my mind splitting? More strange dreams invade my sleep, but I do not resist. Do I have my own free will or am I a puppet? I want to believe in my own independence, yet it seems like my real purpose in this life is to be a humble helping hand to something greater than myself. Taros? Or is there something even higher? No surprise, the wind brings a new clue from our friendly crow's death delivery service. Brake lines cut. How apropos. Alright. Oh, another one of these sections. Fantastic. Alrighty. Dead diary. My friend Mr. Power said he has something special to tell me. He said I'm more special than anybody knows yet. But I think he's just trying to make me feel better before he disappears like all my other friends. He said that most people need to talk out loud or send letters or email when they want to talk to each other, but I'm special because I don't need to do any of those things. I think he's so silly. He smiled and said everybody has to crawl before they can walk, so he wants me to take a baby step tonight in my dream. What is he talking about? He said, don't try to understand it too much, just let it happen. He said, tonight I can help him play a game with Uncle. He said that, He said that they will have a meeting of the minds tonight, face to face. Tonight I will be like a telephone for them. But later when I learn to walk, I'll be able to talk with Mommy and Daddy this way, even when Dr. Fraud... I keep wanting to say, like, Freud, but I go, like, Fraud? It's... Anyway... won't let us see each other. I thought I was getting good at the puzzles, but this one is so confusing. I can't wait to play, but I hope winning doesn't mean losing another friend. Ooh, that's different. Okay, Nothing should surprise me anymore, right? What a strange feeling. This dream stays with me even as I am awake. I can see his face. Mr. Power is speaking directly to me, but not eyes and nose or mouth. We speak to each other through our minds like one connected consciousness. Am I still asleep? Maybe not. Am I in a trance? Or maybe this is the first time I've ever really been awake. Is it a spiritual awakening, or am I simply possessed? It's my mind, isn't it? My free will? If I decide to visit the car crusher, is it really my choice? Okay. Daily Dread. Brawn kills brains. What if Einstein lost M equals MC squared? Wow, they did not do the square thing properly. It just looks like E equals MC2. Top scientific minds fear we may have just seen the modern equivalent of such a costly loss. Police arrested a mechanic who worked for the recently deceased Mr. Powers. The muscular worker blamed the widow, Mrs. Powers, screaming, "It wouldn't have happened if she loved me!" Detective Ravenswood explained this mechanic had a thing for the scientist's wife. She didn't return his affections, so he severed the brake lines on the experimental vehicle. She's lost a husband, and we may have lost our future energy independence. Not great. Not great. Dead diary. My friend Mr. Powers was very happy and said we did a great job on a very special puzzle. And before I even asked him, he knew what I was thinking. He said yes, it was time for goodbye now. He smiled and said he wouldn't tell me not to cry because I will always cry until I realize that goodbye doesn't last forever. He said I can't possibly even imagine how short a goodbye really is when you look at the whole thing, but not to worry about that right now. He said I'll understand better when I'm older. Had to cough. Sorry about that. I hate when grown-ups say that. He said if I don't like that one, just get ready for adults to always ask, what are you going to be when you grow up? He said that's a really tricky question for me since there isn't a proper word for what I am. He said not very many people are ready to believe yet. He sure is hard to understand sometimes. I'll try not to cry while I draw a picture of him waving goodbye. Aww. Courage amid fire. War hero Lieutenant Daniels perished amongst a different kind of fire when his barn burned to the ground. He ran back for me, said his badly burnt son, Dante, an aspiring artist. He always talked about courage under fire. He died honoring those words. Lieutenant Daniels was well respected, volunteering his time between the firehouse and police station. The mayor remembers he retired to that barn to live a simple life, but showed up at every town meeting to encourage our youth to serve the community. He effectively recruited for the police, firefighters, and the armed forces. Yeah. Okay, chapter 6. I think there's 10 chapters in this game, if I'm not mistaken. And also keep in mind that these videos actually take about twice as long to record as they do when I put, it up for you guys. Because I do a shit ton of editing, especially on these puzzle sections. But anyhow. Wow, really? Okay. I can't believe he's gone. Lieutenant Daniels was the one who inspired me to join the Marines and and the police after. I cannot read tonight. I'm sorry. I can't believe it's real, and now I feel like I've been shocked back to reality. I was losing my mind there for a while. Those dreams. But now I'm sober. I feel bad for his gentle son. They don't know if he's going to survive. It's sad. I can see that he's not fighting for life. Never wanted to follow in his old man's footsteps. Big shoes to fill. Only wanted to paint, to tell about the human condition from the safety of his artist chair. Try a uniform, kid. Some people are not suited for that shit, okay? Some people are just not. Alright. Rose dreams of a nightmare inferno. Yes, that's the word. Inferno. The screams of a trapped young man keep exploding in her mind. Read this burning vision of the bombs. Okay. Really super cartoony bombs. That's fine. This reminds me of Legend of Zelda. Oh god, that was hidden. Dead diary. Is a new friend coming? It's hard to tell. Someone is in a lot of pain. It's smoky. I can't tell. Something is happening. I see a bright light. Now the pain is gone and my new friend is here now. He's a nice young man named Dante. Oh. He's very sad because he made a terrible mistake. He said that someone else got hurt, but that wasn't supposed to happen, so he needs my help with this puzzle. All he wanted to do was paint, but he was trapped in a cage. He's painting a new picture to show me how he was going to escape. He calls his picture Arsenalite, picture Arsenalite. Wow, that's a lot of Arsenalites. Okay. Okay, here we go. It just gets worse. Now the lieutenant's son Dante's died. His burns became horribly infected. It must have been one of the most painful ways to go, but he bit the bullet and bore it with a warrior's heart. My thoughts go inward to my own family this time, to Rose and her new note from the crow. Another clue now? It says, Arson Delight. I shudder to think, isn't that what Dante was going to call his self-portrait? I should have another look around. Okay. Here we go. Death Diary. My friend said Uncle went looking over pieces of the puzzle and found burned and torn pieces of paper with writing on them, but he doesn't know how to arrange them in the right way to show the answer to the riddle. He needs me to help by being like a telephone again. When Uncle goes to sleep, I can help Dante call him up so they can talk. I am trying so hard not to stumble. Dante said this will be more practice for me to learn how to walk. That's the same kind of riddle my other friend Mr. Powers said. He told me to practice, and when I'm able to contact Mommy this way, I'll soon be able to connect with Dr. Fraud in a way that he never expected. He said Dr. Fraud is playing the biggest game of all, and if I win that game, then I can leave this place, and I can go home so we'll all finally be happy together. Oh, honey. From the desk of Dr. Sigmund Fraud. What's this? The child writes of me in her diary as if it were some kind of game? Playing with fire is going to get her burned. A game? Indeed, my child. And perhaps now is the time for my victory by checkmate. The hour of my masterpiece draws near. Oh, I shall have the talk with the father. Not much rehearsal needed. I've had ample practice. Such a performance is truly a work of art. He will be lucky to witness it. I shall summon tears and we will cry together arm in arm when I tell him that what we must do. Lobotomy. My favorite procedure. No way to get deeper into a subject's thoughts than to actually have my fingers inside their brains. Oh, the chills that run through me as I anticipate the ecstasy of the moment. They can all rest assured I shall personally tear out all the bad thoughts with my very own hands. Actually, lobotomies were I actually just want to say something here. Lobotomies were actually done in a little bit more of a horrific way than that. They would take basically an ice pick and put it, and with a hammer they would tap, tap, tap right up in there into the frontal lobe. There's just a very thin layer of bone that they would have to go through. Very easy. And they would basically move it around and like scramble your frontal lobe. That's a harsh word. They would basically like mess up the connections, right? Some people, maybe a little bit of help. Other people, vegetables, or just very, very just dramatic changes. Most of the time it was more harmful than good. I just wanted to say that because I know way too much about lobotomies. I assume that there's some modern ones done that are a lot less harmful, but I'm not sure about that, and that might be in only the worst cases. Don't quote me on any of this shit. If it turns out I'm right, I might leave a note in the video, one way or the other, but, you know, it's like electroshock therapy. Used to be way overused, had very bad consequences for some people, but with some people I think it does help maybe a little in very concentrated or small doses. Anyway, once again, I know too much about this shit. Anyhow, oh great. From ex-husband to ex-wife. I'm afraid I have the worst possible news for you. Rose's affliction has taken a terrible turn for the worse, beyond the reach of all current therapy and medicine, and it will rapidly grow to become even more terrible. Dr. Fraud himself was in tears when he told me. There's only one thing left for us to do. She won't be herself after the procedure, but she will live. We can visit her and give her our love, but she won't respond from her vegetative state. See? Told ya! Dr. Fraud will perform a lobotomy. There's almost no time left before the final stages of her condition. If that happens, her life will be plunged into a living hell beyond our contemplation. contemplation. Contemplation's a hard word. I can't bear to think of that happening to her. As such, I've already scheduled a date for the operation. I'm sorry, but you won't be able to contact me. I'm going away until it's done. Your heartbroken ex-husband. Ooh. I had a heavy dream again. It was much stronger than last time, as if the power was growing, becoming stronger. I almost can't think it all right now. I just feel a compelling force, like a hand guiding my action despite my will. I must go back and visit the burnt-out barn. I have to put together the message. I must deliver the message. This inferno was more than a scene of a tragedy. It was a work of art. Dante's Inferno. Bahaha. Breaking news on the death of Lieutenant Daniels and his son. Police obtained this recently reconstructed suicide note. Father, you are a great man. I always honored and respected you, but is it also clear that I could never live up to the image of the kind of man you wanted me to be. I was never meant to be a soldier. I am an artist, and I can no longer bear the shame of that in your eyes. I've only ever wanted your approval. I'm not a coward, and I'm willing to die for my art to prove it. You taught me how the samurai preserve their honor through ritual suicide. I have that same lion's heart. Tonight, I burn alive. Alone. Don't try to save me. Oh, poor kid. My friend Dante said that we solved this puzzle for him. This is when most everybody else is happy with a big smile. But not Dante. He said that he'll be going away now, but he can't step into the light. He talked about a different place. I can't remember the name of the place. Purgatroy? Perch? Something. Anyway, he said that he will take a long time and think about the mistakes he's made and hopes one day to see his father again. He said that this was a very important lesson to me. Also, since I have a special ability, he said I have a chance most other people will never get. He told me I should never waste my special gift, not even for a day. I should build it and exercise it like an athlete, learn to play it like a master musician. Oh my god. Practice. I think I'm starting to understand now. I won't cry for Dante. He looks sad enough, and he wouldn't want my sorrow. He said, don't forget, nothing is as important as family. Hug them whenever you can. He said that if the doctor won't let me hug Mommy, it's okay for me to use my gift on him. I should never use my gift to hurt a good person. But I shouldn't be afraid to use it to help fix a bad person. Okay, Rose! Okay. Daily Dread. Blood Roses Feast on Bodies. That is that's quite a headline. Tourists vacationing around the casinos have made a grisly discovery of decomposing bodies in the desert. The visitors were drawn to the location by a field of unusually vivid red desert roses growing wild in the scorched earth. Further investigation revealed the roses were intentionally planted in this spot to disguise the horrors of their nourishment laying just beneath. Excavation of the site turned up dozens of bodies in various stages of decomposition, some years old, others only days. Police are investigating. Yeah, that's not great. Those are some vases? Okay. I want to get out of here. Urgent voicemail from sister. Couldn't get back in touch with her. Sounds like something is really wrong. I'll keep trying her by phone. In the meantime, I'll dispatch a few black and whites to her house to check it out. No reception in the desert makes me really uncomfortable. Gotta check out this murder hole under the desert rose garden. See what's going on. When I get back to the casinos, I should have phone reception again and be able to get a word about Sis. Ooh. Rose's mind spins like a roulette wheel in this game of death. Each contestant nourishes the blood roses when the wheel stops. Find bullets, one for each unlucky player. Okay, bullets. There's a bullet. There's a bullet. Wow, what a party! A whole bunch of new friends are here. So many of them. This is going to be so much fun! They all agree that they love games. They even come here just to play games and win big money. I hope that they all got what they wanted, but they're really excited to play one last game with me. This one's really tricky because it's a game about a game. I'm not sure how to play yet, but the name of the game is Russian Roulette. And a lot of Russian Roulette. Okay. Tears outrun lies. Okay. My mind is splitting. Sister's in a panic, no way to contact her stupid father to stop this madness. Body's pushing Rose's out of the desert, and somehow it's all connected to Rose and the looming lobotomy. I would stop the doctor quickly with a sharp snap of his neck if not for those dreams. Rose doesn't want him harmed. She won't let me do it, but why? I know it's a matter of careful timing. Solve the case, set Rose free. She wills me to unscramble the clue. Russian roulette. But what now? Was there a doorway back in the alley? Alright. Oh, gosh. Okay. Practice makes perfect. That's what they all said. My friends looked very excited. They said that it's almost time to open my birthday present. I said it's not even close to my birthday. They looked at each other and someone said the gift is for my spiritual awakening. I really don't know what that means. They smiled and told me to think of it as a big pair of ruby slippers. They're too big right now, but tonight they will fit perfectly. They said I've been doing such a good job solving puzzles. So good that I'm ready to make up new games on my own and I can invite whoever I want. They told me the time is finally right. With all this practice, now I'm strong enough to play my own head game. I can even rearrange the puzzle pieces however I want. I can't wait to play with someone. All I have to do is visit their mind inside of a dream. But whose head should I visit? Tonight, when I dream, I'll play with Dr. Fraud. Ooh, okay. Dr. Sigmund Fraud. I shall hardly sleep tonight. Once again, it is almost time to conduct the surgery. A symphony. My masterpiece. Tomorrow, the lobotomy. Alone. When my fingertips finally touch that soft tissue, my whole body will know ecstasy. Slowly tracing those delicate folds. Alright, Fraud. You're getting too Freud. Wet, vulnerable. Okay. And she lying there, trusting, helpless, her frail mind in the mercy of my hands. Okay. Slowly, firmly, my fingers sliding, penetrating deep inside her skull. At least he added the skull bit. Until her entire brain is in my firm clutch. Then, as a vice, my grip wrenching tighter until those supple wrinkles nearly burst, choked in my straining fists. The pulse of blood clamped off. With every throttled heartbeat in that strangled omelet of nerves, I devour her psyche, electrified through my hands. A full assimilation of her soul, her essence. I shall leave only the shell. Another zombie. But now I must relax. Prepare. Rejuvenate. Sleep. I'm gonna keep going. The faces are freaking me out, man! I don't like it. A new day begins with a new riddle. Impossible. How did Rose do it? But it's true. Dr. Fraud has turned himself in. He waits for me even now in custody down at the station. Holy shit! Good job, Rose! He's going to write a letter for me. Has everything really come together at last? Is it over? No, not yet. The matter of the blood roses needs closing. And I know how that chapter will end. Back to that sad, abandoned room where they were forced to play that losing game. But the one mystery I couldn't solve waits for me. A nutcase already cracked. Now I too will have to wait in order to find out exactly what happened. Alright. Also, does it say Dante right there? Interesting. Casino's luck runs out. The local casino has been closed as a mass murder investigation implicated the owners of the gambling house. The Daily Dread is proud to report the details of this hometown horror. The casino was actually a money laundering front, surprise, for organized crime. Unsuspecting gamblers who were unable to cover their losses soon found themselves in an abandoned building, forced to play Russian roulette alone until they won the losing game. Each victim was forced to sign their life savings to the casino in the event of their death. How was this not suspicious before? I mean, do people do that? Do people just do that if they have debts to a casino or something? Do they actually just sign their life savings to them in case they die? Like, whoop, guess I better have this paid in case my family gets the debt, because that would suck for them. Anyhow. Of their death, 100% certainty in the game of chance. Wow, that was a lot of fun. I played 2 different games. The first game was with all my new friends. They were very happy the puzzle was solved. And I understand they have to go away now, but they're happy, so I will be happy for them too. I've got to remember all those happy smiles. That's a lot of people. I played the other game with Dr. Fraud, but it didn't look like he was having any fun. I think my game gave him a big headache. I saw something dripping from his ears. Okay. Maybe that's okay, because I didn't have any fun playing his game. His game always hurts me. I think you should go see Uncle now. I want him to write a nice letter to apologize to everybody else who was hurt by his game. Don't fuck with the rose. Don't do it. Extra psychotherapist. Dr. Sigmund Freud was arrested when details from his journal revealed decades of horrors. Responding to rumors that the journal was delivered by a raven, the mayor laughed. You mean Detective Ravenswood? Or Ravenwood, sorry. I was working the casino case, said the detective. When I got word, he was waiting for me back at the station. He surrendered peacefully, adding one last journal entry in front of me, a full confession. I think his own words say it best. After examination by professionals, the doctor was deemed to be a homicidal psychopath. He will be confined to the asylum where he will receive antipsychotic injections. That's a man in need of medication there. Full confession, the time has come. The world must know of my genius. I, Dr. Sigmund Freud, being of sound mind and body, do hereby freely confess the following. For decades, I preyed on lesser beings for money and power. I used my stature as a prominent children's psychiatrist to milk endless sums of money from helpless families with nowhere else to turn. I have enjoyed this clever trickery at every instance. I consider the money a fitting fee from those who allow their own deception, but my highest pleasure has been accepting the lambs they willfully brought to my altar. Lesser men cannot fathom the essence of an innocent mind. While choking the brains of my prey, I devoured the very core of their life force to invigorate and revitalize my own soul. Now I am transcendent, a titan among mere mortals. Okay, man. Yeah? End of the nightmare. Oh, is this the end? Is this actually the end? Oh. Bye. Oh, I was expecting something weird like the first time. Thank you, sweet dreams. I was wrong about there being 10 chapters, I think. The end. Ah! Well then, I'm gonna go ahead and click off the credits button because credits did not roll. So, programming, music. Wow, is that all? That's all that worked on this. So, honestly, not bad. Of course, it's not my cup of tea. I don't really like hidden object games. I just thought this one looked interesting. Not bad. Built with the Silver Build game system. Clip art from them. Stock photos from them. Copyright, I knew it. Big Fish Games, 2008. Apparently, too, there was a version of this released, like, back 2008 that had more variety in voices, I think. And for some reason, when they ported it over to Steam, they took out a bunch of stuff. That's just what I got out of reading Steam reviews. And the like, and I'm not quite sure why they did such a thing, but this is the version that I was able to get. Yeah. Well, this has been Kirazina Cheetah. I hope that you enjoyed it and that you'll stick around for more. Bye, guys.